heading across Puget Sound out to the coast. We're going to camp in Mora Campground just outside La Push. Catch the sunset at Second Beach and maybe Cape Flattery, go to Shy Shy, spend 4 days there. So we're on the ferry right now. We just left Edmonds over there. We should be arriving in Kingston probably about 5-10 minutes. Get in the car, then about a 3.5 hour drive. Made it to the coast. We are now hiking to Second Beach. I'm gonna give a good scouting and then come back for the sunset. About a 0.7 mile hike in, and we got camp set up. And we'll see when we get there. So we are at Second Beach. You can see all the stacks behind me. So we're trying to find a good composition for later tonight. However, it is high tide at sunset. So we're also trying to find the high tide line, which we think it's a little ways behind us. So, just gonna walk around, see what we can come up with, and think about where the tide's gonna be, and then go from there. So we're just walking down the beach. I'm thinking probably shoot from around here somewhere. Oh, you have all the big rocks behind me. Hopefully the sun will come out. But you gotta come down anyways, you know. No reason not to. We're here. And it's less than a mile walk to the beach from the parking lot, so we'll come back this evening and pray for a good sunset. But if not, whatever. Still down here, still practicing, getting some good shots. Like I said, the tide will be in, so we'll probably have to be up in there somewhere. You can camp on the beach here. I just need a permit for the national park because you're in Olympic National Park out here. So we're back here on Second Beach for the sunset. However, the clouds have really filled in, so you can see. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go now with this tide in. Kind of thinking not too far out. Not sure if going down where I was earlier would be the best thing. Tide still is coming in for another hour and 15 minutes before it goes slack. So it may not come up much higher than this. So fortunately we have enough time to keep scouting around, come up with something. I'd like to try and get some bubbles washing back into the ocean. So I'll probably look for that. I got this big rock over there. So maybe get real close to that and just go from there. So there's not a lot of color in the sky, but some is there. I don't know if you can see it or not with this camera. So I've got the rock with the water, with the bubble, hopefully getting some bubbles in. But it's kind of tough. I can't keep shooting the same composition, so I keep changing it around a little bit, kind of following the color. So I'm just going to keep shooting until the color goes away. So we are hiking to Shy Shy Beach now. I think it's around a mile and a half one way. We're not going to shoot sunset or anything there. We're going to head to Cape Flattery for that. But we're just going to go check this out. Maybe later this year come down for the sunset. However, when you come here, you do need to get in the Macaw Indian Tribe Recreation Pass. Just $10 is good for the year. If you're going to camp overnight, you need that. Plus the National Park Pass, because the Shy Shy Beach is actually in the National Park, but you have to cross through the Macaw Indian Reservation to get to it. So, you need 2 passes if you're going to camp overnight. So now we just got started, and it should be there in about, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. So we made it to Shy Shy. You can see, so way over there is a place called Point of Arches. That's where a lot of people go. Again, you can camp down here. You can see right that way, all those rocks. So now we're just gonna wander around, try and find some tide pools. Maybe take some long exposure shots, but it is pretty hazy out here. All the mist coming off the ocean and everything else. So who knows what we're gonna get. But we're here, so we're gonna enjoy it. A lot of this beach, you can see, a lot of it's got these lines from the rock. And that's what a lot of people photograph during sunset, because they're everywhere down here. You know, there's so many leading lines that head straight into the sunset. So it makes it look pretty cool. Now, so I may do some of that. You know, obviously it's pretty bland skies and boring, but maybe I'll get my graduated filter, darken the sky a lot, and just make a nice black and white of it and see how it goes. So this is what I've got for composition right now. I've got no polarizer on. I really wanted as much black and white separation as possible. So right now I'm going to slide the 3-stop hard graduated filter in to kind of darken up the sky. Let's see right there. Ooh, that's pretty dark. That's alright. I'll give this a shot and I'll take it out and do one without. Actually, I want to take it out and move the slot so I can put a neutral density in. Yeah, you can see that's what I've got right now. I'm going to give this a shot, see how it goes. So we actually made it to Point of Arches. You can see it's all the rocks out there. We're going to see what's around the corner. We were going to go out there. See that end of the land out there? That's Cape Flattery. We were going to go out there for sunset, but I think we're just going to go out there, check it out, and then head back to camp because there's not going to be a sunset tonight. Too much marine layer. Which is the downside to the Washington, Oregon coast, is you just never know what the marine layer is going to do. So we're going to check these out and head back to the car. It's probably, I think probably 4 miles back to the car. A lot farther than we planned on hiking today, but that's all right. It's good for us. Get out, it's fresh air, beautiful scenery. So we'll see what's around the corner. So came around the corner and doesn't look much different. More rocks. That's one thing about the Washington coast. It's very rocky, very similar to the Oregon coast. However, you will also have patches of miles and miles of bare sand and nothing else on them. So it's very, very interesting. But I mean, the sea stacks here just make for phenomenal photos when it's a nice sunset or sunrise. Of course, you're looking west, so there's not much of a sunrise, but here you can see there's a big old eagle up there and more stacks. So yeah, I took some black and whites earlier. See how those turn out when I'm done. We're gonna start heading back to the car. On our way back, we stopped at Cape Flattery. It's the farthest west you can get in the lower 48. So here's part of it. We're gonna head down a little farther to where you can see the lighthouse out on Tatoosh Island. Now, like I said, there's just no sky tonight, so I'm not going to bother sticking around for any sunset shots or anything. So we're going to head and go check out the lighthouse. So there's a Tatoosh Island lighthouse. So we are as far west as you can get in the lower 48 states. A bunch of birds down there. You'd hear them squawking in the caves back there a little bit. So, like I said, I'll get a photo to say I was here, but that's about all you can do today with this atmosphere we've got going on. Driving up to Shai Beach in Cape Flattery yesterday, found this waterfall. It was right off the highway. Could just caught a glimpse of it to the corner of my eye because it's pretty treed in here, so you can't really see it from the road, but a bunch of just a white waterfall caught my eye. So I came down here this morning, hoping to get down here before the sun came out. You can see the sun's coming out, so it's going to get pretty sunny in here, so it's not going to be worth shooting pretty soon. So I'm down, got low compositions, see, kind of shooting down, getting good foreground, doing portrait and landscape compositions. I did a panorama earlier from over there. Not sure if that one's going to turn out because the foreground just wasn't all that great. But the water socks, the neoprene NRS titanium water socks are the key. So I can wander around in the creek all I want, not get cold, not get wet, and just not have to worry about it. So I think I'm maybe about done here. I may head up to the top, see if I can get something from up there. A little bit of ripples up there, nothing like the fall here though. So I think I'll pack up and head up there. So I came to the top. You can see there's a waterfall, but there's just no foreground interest. So, you know, I took a couple shots, but not too happy with them. So I think I'm done. Just gonna pack up, head back to camp, get ready. Then we're gonna go head into the Hoh rainforest, the national park there. Hike through the Hall of Mosses and maybe up the Hoh River for a while. See what we can find up there. Came down to Ruby Beach for the sunset tonight. See a bunch of stacks out there. Last time I was here was pretty spectacular sunset, so I don't know if I'll match that one, but I think I found the composition that works. Let's see, got it right up there in the creek. The sun's about to go down. Actually, about another 40 minutes should be down. You can see what I've got shooting right there. Just those big rocks. I've got the leading line of the river heading out into the opposite corner of the frame. So now I'm just waiting. I had to move a couple logs out of the way. That was kind of rough. One of them was pretty big, but that's all right. It was half floating, so it wasn't too bad. So now it's just wait for the sunset. So the tide's coming in, so I had to get out of the creek. See down there, I was right in the middle, but it started coming up pretty good. So I found myself on top of this old stump. So works pretty good. Now I can get a little better advantage of different angles. See, I've actually got the person standing up there, which makes it kind of interesting. Right now I'm pointing out towards the big rock. I'm at f13 because I found that's the sharpest photo for this lens. Don't forget, always make sure your stabilization is off when you're on the tripod. The colors are slowly coming out. I'm hoping the sun will drop behind the haze out there and just light up the clouds, but just wait and see. Sunset's actually pretty soon, so we'll find out. So I think that's about it for sunset. Not much happened tonight. Seems to be maybe a little bit of color popping out here and there, but as soon as I'm done here, I'm packing up and we're gonna head home first thing in the morning back to Seattle. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave comments below. And here are a few of the photos from this weekend.